Hello, everybody. Welcome. Let me get this straight here. This thing a little bit off kilter, so let's fix this. For whatever reason, it got a little bit out of line. Trying to get it straightened out now. Looks like we've got it pretty well straight now. So we are ready to go here in this Demolition League game number 49, coming to you from PNC Park in Pittsburgh, between the Dodgers and the Pirates. And one thing I forgot to do is put in the records for these two teams so far. So we'll go to the box score on the computer and get those records. The Dodgers come in 7-2. Pirates come in 4-5. Dodgers trail the Twins by a half a game. Twins are 8-2. And so the Dodgers have to win to keep pace. Pittsburgh needs to win and not fall too far behind. Pretty simplistic there, I guess. So we go to PNC Park and look at the ballpark effects. Pretty good hitters park for singles. 1-16 left, 1-13 right. Home runs iffy. 1-8 left and 1-5 right-handed. And again, it's Walker Buehler making his second start against Mitch Keller making his second start. Keller is 0-1 on the replay so far. He lost his only start. Went 8 innings, 6 hits, 11 strikeouts. Actually, this will be his third start, actually. He's made 2 starts. Only made it 4 innings each start by average, and so he hasn't done too well. In the real season, he was 11-12 with a 4.25 earned run average. And there you see the lineup for both teams. Injury chances, Buehler, a 6'8", we'll check him for injury. 6'12", we'll check Keller for injury. Pitcher-catcher hold, Keller is not very good. He's a +6, so the Dodgers can run. Buehler's a +7, so both teams, even with the -3 from Smith, is still going to be a +4. So both teams should have good chances to steal some bases, perhaps. Hello, Ernest and Blaine. Good to see both of you. Cool. Blaine, very good. A lot of people don't like to have to do all that unperforating, but to me, that's a rite of passage when you get a Stratomatic season, is do that unperforating, put them in the teams, put them in envelopes or whatever you store them in. To me, that's all part of the process that makes the whole thing go round. All right. So Shohei Ohtani will lead things off against Mitch Keller, and we'll look at what they've got going on here. Keller again 0-1, the ERA of 10.13 on the replay. Shohei Ohtani hitting .243 on the replay, 3 homers, 6 driven in so far in 37 at-bats. And we're underway from Pittsburgh. 5-3, it's a fly ball right field X. We're looking at Reynolds. He's a 4.E2 for Brian Reynolds. 4-19, he'll get to that easily. That's a 9. I think E2 is going to be a problem with a 9. E2, 3, 18, and 16 are the only errors. So Brian Reynolds hauls it in, and Ohtani is retired. 1 away for Mookie Betts. Betts playing right field in this game. He could play second and short, obviously. Ernest, that goes back a ways if you're playing before the perforation days. That's back in the 70s and the 80s, early 80s, I guess. All right, Betts hitting .219 on the replay. No homers or runs driven in. Kind of unusual. He had 19 home runs and 75 runs batted in the season. He didn't get it going. 5-5, and not right now. That's a fly ball to left field. And that is hauled in by Connor Joe. And that'll be 2 up and 2 down for the Dodgers to start the first. And here comes Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman. Freeman on the replay hitting .344, 3 homers, 9 driven in. 5-11, and that is a ballpark single check, which is a 1-16. So Freddie Freeman takes advantage of the friendly confines of PNC Park and parks himself as 2-out single. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. Hernandez on the replay is leading the league in home runs with 4. In just 9 games, he has 4 home runs. It's only translates to 33 at-bats. He's got 4 home runs and 9 runs batted in and he's hitting .394. First Havoc roll, it's a 2, so chance for a balk or a pass ball. We're looking at a pass ball rating of Bart, who's a 2. So there is no pass ball on Joey Bart. So we venture on. 5-6, that's a fly to center, and that's going to be hauled in by Michael Taylor. And Keller gets through the first inning unscathed, gave a 2-out hit, but nothing else attached to it. We go to the bottom of the first. It is Dodgers nothing and the Pirates coming to bat. And on the mound for the Dodgers, Walker Buehler. He would later get traded to Boston, or I think he went to Boston in maybe this past season. I'm not sure. But 1-6 with a 5.38 ERA. And Walker Buehler used to be the ace of the Dodgers. I think he was going through injuries this particular season. So Buehler on the replay is 1-0, but his ERA is 9. He's had 1 start, went 6 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, 8 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. But they got run support and therefore got a win. So Neil Cruz, the league's leading hitter, hitting .486 in 35 at-bats with 3 homers and 8 driven in. And ever since he moved him up to the leadoff spot, he's taken off. 4-8 and 1-14. That's a 17, though. Boy, he just got a bad break. Should have been another hit probably, but he lines it to Gavin Lux for out number 1. Yes, I do, Blaine. I certainly do. Actually, let me put my email address in here, and then you can just send me an email. How about that? And that's for anybody else that would want it as well. It is a 2-sided PDF that I did get from Spokane Steve. So there you go. You email that address. You send an email to that address. I will send you a score sheet. 2-sided PDF. Be happy to do it. All right. So Brian Reynolds is your batter. Reynolds hitting .235, 1 homer, 6 driven in. It's a 4-9, switcher bane left, and that's a strikeout for Walker Buehler, his first strikeout. So Buehler gets the K, and that'll bring up the DH, Andrew McCutchen, hitting .192, no homers or run driven in. 6-7, 6-8 is his injury check, so 6-7 he's okay. It's a walk. First walk issued. McCutchen, at this part of his career, not a threat to run, so he will not be held. And Rowdy Tellez, the first baseman, cleanup hitter, steps to the plate. Tellez hitting .250. He is 6 of 24, I believe it's what it comes down to. Hitting .250, 2 homers, 4 driven in. .38, and that's going to be a single to left field. That's going to put runners at first and second with 2 outs. Now a clutch situation for Ke'Bryan Hayes, third baseman. Hayes on the replay, hitting .222. No homers, 3 driven in. In the clutch, he will lose hits on .27 and .210. We get a 2-5, though. It's a 1 for a single, and else he lines it to third. So Ke'Bryan Hayes will line it right to Max Muncy. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing for the Buccos here in the first. We go to the second, no score from PNC Park. Yeah, probably do it. You know what? I'll probably do it right after I actually, yeah, I'll probably do it right after this, because if I don't do it now, if I don't do it tonight after this game's over, I'll forget. Well, never mind. I'll see your email, so never mind. I thought it was something I had to proactively do, but I'll see your email. So I'll either do it late, after this game is over, or first thing in the morning, one or the other. Try to do it tonight if I can. I like to clean up emails if I can when I get them, not let them sit there forever. All right, so Mitch Keller back out, and he'll face Will Smith. Smith on the replay hitting 174, a homer and 2 driven in. That's a 4-7, and that's a walk. First walk issued by Keller. And that will, let's see, Smith is no threat to run. Will not be held. Here's Max Muncy. Muncy hitting 182 on the replay. 2 homers, 8 driven in. 6-5, left-handed. That's ground ball second base A. It's a 4-6-3 tailor-made double play. Helps out Mitch Keller immensely right there, the old pitcher's best friend. 4-6-3. 2 quick outs, and here's Andy Pages, center fielder. Pages is hitting 250. No homers or runs driven in. 2-7, and he will fly to center field. Hauled in by Taylor, and that'll do it quickly for the Dodgers. The double play took care of the leadoff walk. Though the bottom of the second, still no score. And we will have Connor Joe, the left fielder, leading off. Joe is has been struggling, to say the least, in the replay. He is hitting 125. No homers or runs driven in. 2-7, and that's going to be a walk. So if you can't get base hits, get on base with the walk, and that's what he just did. Second walk issued by Buehler. No threat to run, though. And here's Joey Bart, catcher. Joey Bart is hitting 238 on the replay, 1 home run, and it was his only run batted in. 1-7, and that's a ground ball third base A. So we got another double play. This one around the horn, 5-4-3. I guess one good double play and deserves another. And 2 quick outs for Nick Gonzalez, second baseman. Gonzalez hitting 111, 2 out of 18 on the season, but both those hits have been home runs. So he's got 4 runs batted in. So he's made his 2 hits count. 3-7. Not here, though. He's going to fly to left, and that'll be hauled in out there by Hernandez. And that's going to take care of it. Nothing doing for the Buccos in the second. Go to the third, no score from Pittsburgh. Bottom portion of the Dodger order coming up. And it will be Gavin Lux. Lux on the replay is crushing at 421. 2 homers, 7 driven in, and 19 at bats. 6-3. Ground ball pitcher X. He is a 4 with an E0. So we know he can't make an error. But the D20, that 4 is a little bit problematic. It might get by him for a base hit. So if we look at the pitcher chart, under the 4, he's got to have a 5 or higher to make this play. And he does easily. So it's easy play there for Keller. And Lux is retired. That'll send up the number 9 hitter, Miguel Rojas. You might remember him from the recent World Series where he hit the home run in the bottom or the top of the 9th to send the game to extra innings as the Dodgers eventually won. Rojas on the replay hitting 316. No homers, 3 driven in. It's 2-3, and he's going to ground it to third. Keep Ryan Hayes will handle it easily. 2 down. And that brings up Shohei Ohtani, who left right his first time. 6-2, and that's a ground ball first base X. We're looking at Rowdy Tellez. He's a 4-E3. 4-15, he'll get to that. E3 and a 9. Don't think that'll be a problem, but we'll see. E3 and a 9. Nope, there's no 9 there. So Tellez will get it and flip to Keller covering to end the inning. And nothing doing for the Dodgers here in the third. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. Both pitchers seemingly in control. And here's Michael Taylor, the number 9 hitter for Pittsburgh. Taylor is hitting 125 on the replay. No homers or runs driven in, but he's in there because he's a 1 center fielder. 6-2, and that's a ground ball pitcher X. We're back to Buehler, 3E19. Buehler is a 3E19. 3-15, he'll get to that. E19 and a 13. E19, there's a 12, but no 13, so Buehler escapes and makes the play. Just fast enough to throw out the speedy Taylor, one away. Hey, Joel, good to see you. That'll bring up O'Neal Cruz. 4-5, and that's going to be a strikeout for Buehler. That is his second of the ball game. 2 up, 2 down. That sends up Ryan Reynolds, left fielder. I'm sorry, right fielder. He usually plays left field, but playing right field in this game. 5-6, switch hitter batting left. That's another strikeout for Buehler. And at the end of 3, we got no score here in Pittsburgh. Goose eggs abound. Both pitchers tossing the goose eggs. Keller has a fatigue of 6. Buehler has fatigue of 5. As far as when we have to worry about fatigue. And of course, Buehler 6-8 is his injury check. Mookie Betts, 4-11. That's a fly ball left field X. We're looking at Connor Joe. He's a 4-E12. 4 and a 5. That's probably going to drop. 4 and a 5 will be a single. That's a 12, and he is an E12. 12 and a 12. There is no 12. There's a 13 and a 14, but there's no 12 there. So it will drop in for a single, but no error associated with it. So Mookie Betts gets the leadoff single starting the 4th. And, of course, he's looking to get the lead. Needs a 6 to obtain a good lead. And he gets the 6 right on cue. How about that? 19 being held as a 17, but then the +5 makes it a 22. Well, 19 is the highest it'll go. Bart only has a T rating of 2, though, so it's worth the gamble to throw down and see if you can get a 20. And they don't. But it's a stolen base for Mookie Betts. So Mookie with the steal gets in scoring position. With 2 outs. I'm sorry, with nobody out, he gets in scoring position for Freddie Freeman. That's a 1, so wild pitch chance, but he has 0 wild pitch. Freddie Freeman, 5-9, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. Ground ball shortstop X. Shortstop is Cruz. He's a 4E36. They were not holding Betts on second, so Cruz keeps the 4E36 rating. 4 and 20. That's definitely going to help. Cruz definitely catches a break on that one. 4 and 20 is a G1. And shortstop, that's an 11, and he is an E36. No 11 there, so he makes the play. And on a G1, let's see if I don't think the runner can advance on that. See, runner on second. Sits to the right side, he can advance, but that means you got to go to the second baseman. The ball hits shortstop is at the side. So the runner could attempt to move up. But with nobody out, I don't think you want to take a chance of making it out at third base. So they'll just hold him there. Because you still got some big dudes coming up. So Freddie Freeman is out, but Teoscar Hernandez certainly can drive him home for sure. Hernandez, 3-4, and that's a ballpark single check, 1-13. That's a 19, though, so he's going to hit a fly ball to right field for out number 2. Two down, and that's going to leave it up to Will Smith in a clutch situation. Smith in the clutch gains a hit on 3-2. Everywhere else he is neutral. 3-12 is a low max, but that's the 3rd out of the inning, so it doesn't matter. So that's going to end up leaving the runner stranded at second base. Let's get stranded there. Go to the bottom of the 4th, still no score. Keller pitches out of the mess. So we go to the bottom of the 4th, and it'll be McCutchen, Tellez, and Ke'Bryan Hayes due up for the Bucks. 3-4, and that's a ground ball to second, so Gavin Lux will easily take care of that for 1 away. Rowdy Tellez is your next batter. Tellez singled his first hit. 4-7, and he's going to do it again. Another single for Tellez. He's 2 for 2. Of course, he will not run. He's not known for his speed, so he will not be held. And Key Brian Hayes, your batter. 4-7, and that's a single to center field. Tellez will stop at second. Pages has a -1 arm. They don't want to risk that, so he'll stop at second base. First and second. 1 away for Connor Joe. Hello, Mr. Robert. Good to see you. Hope your voice is resting comfortably. There's Connor Joe. That's a 2. Chance for balk or pass ball. And we're looking at a chance of a balk, and he's got a 0 balk rating. The pitch to Joe, 5-9, and that's a walk. That's going to load the bases. So the first serious threat for the Pirates is they have loaded the bases with 1 out, and Joey Bart, the catcher, steps to the plate. He did hit into a double play his first time up, so a double play would definitely get Buehler out of the inning, and they are playing back for that double play. That's another 2. We again are now checking the pass ball rating on Will Smith. He's got a pass ball of 0. So anytime I roll a 2, I can ignore it because as long as this pitcher catcher in the game, because he's got a 0 balk and he's got a 0 pass ball. 2-7 to Bart. That's a ground ball shortstop A. It's another double play, 6-4-3. And had we played the infield in, that would have gotten by for a base hit. So decision to play back for the double play was the correct one, and that ends the inning. Both pitchers hanging in there. Go to the 5th. It is no score. Keller back out will face Muncy, Pages, and Gavin Lux for the Dodgers. Max Muncy hit into a double play his first time up. 5-9, and he's going to ground it to shortstop X. That's O'Neal Cruz. He's a 4.36. Mr. Cruz, 4-9. That's iffy. 4-9, though, he'll get to it, make the play there. But that's a 10, so he shouldn't make an error on a 10. And he does not. So 10s usually are not errors in most cases. So good play for O'Neal Cruz, 1 away. And that'll send up Andy Pages, center fielder. 1-7, and that's a 1-5 single. That's a 14. He's going to line it to Key Brian Hayes. And that's 2 down. And that'll send up Gavin Lux. Whoops, one didn't go through the hole there, so let's redo it. 6-4, it's ground ball third base X. We're looking at Key Brian Hayes. He's a 1. You know he's going to get to it. We're looking for the E8. And the only way he makes an error on the E8, well, it's 3 and then 15 through 18. And that's not going to be a problem. So Key Brian Hayes makes the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Mitch Keller, and he has shut out the Dodgers through 5 innings. Matching Walker Buehler pitch for pitch. This is the fatigue inning for Buehler, so we'll keep an eye on him. Nick Gonzalez will lead it off. 2-4 for Gonzalez, and look at that. Straight up home run. And if this was the morning show with Jeffrey Gudeman in there, we'd be saying clean as a baby's ass right here. 2-4 home run. And what that basically means is there's no D20 needed. You can take the D20 out of it because it's a straight up home run, and there's no doubt about it. And Gonzalez puts the Pirates on the board 1-0. For Gonzalez, that's his third. He's had 3 hits on the season. They've all been home runs. That's also his 5th run batted in. So he's now 3 out of 20 on the season. All 3 hits have been home runs. So here's Michael Taylor. 2-5, and that's a strikeout for Buehler, and that is his 4th strikeout. 1 away. Back to the top of the order for O'Neal Cruz. 3-7 for Cruz, and he strikes out. So Buehler coming back with a vengeance. a couple of strikeouts. And here's Brian Reynolds. 5-4, and that's a fly ball center field. X Pages is a 3E5. 3E5 for Pages. 3-1. That's going to drop for a double most likely. The Devil Die showing up again. 3-1 is a double. And that's an 11. He's an E5. There's no 11 there, but it will be a double for Brian Reynolds. As even Andy Pages couldn't get to that when the Devil Dies a 1. You have to be a 1-rated center fielder to catch those. All right, here's McCutchen in the clutch. And in the clutch, McCutchen will lose hits on 1-6, 3-5, and that's it. Those two rolls. Buehler to McCutchen. It's a 4-12, and that's a split chance. 1-14 is a single. That's an 8. But it's only a 1-star single, so the runner will stop at third base. And now Buehler getting very close to fatigue. Rowdy Tellez is up there. He's 2 for 2 against Buehler. And so I believe the Dodgers are going to the bullpen. They're going to make the move right here. Buehler's going to go 4 2/3 innings. He's going to give up 6 hits. So far, just 1 run, but these 2 are his responsibility as well. And let's see, he struck out 5, and he walked 2. Both walks were issued to Connor Joe. I'm sorry, walk 3. Didn't see that. All right, so the Dodgers will go to a lefty out of the bullpen, and they will go to Alex Vesia. Vesia on the season was 5-4 with a 1.76 ERA and 5 saves. Alex Vesia. He's a 0 hold, so that makes him a -3. And let's check Vesia's injury report. What number comes up to 612? So if 612 comes up, we will check for injury. So Rowdy Tellez will step in against Vesia, and we'll get the numbers on the replay for Vesia, see what he's done so far in this short season, and to see how he's doing. So Vesia on the replay, 1-0 with no saves and a 1.80 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no walks, and a strikeout. And he's got runners on the corners, 2 outs. Rowdy Tellez in the clutch against lefties will gain a hit on 1-7 and also on 2-5. So he's positive in the clutch. Vesia lefty on lefty to Tellez. 6-9, and that's a strikeout. So Vesia comes in and strikes out Tellez to end the threat. Minimize the damage to the leadoff home run to Gonzalez. And that closes the book on Buehler. He's going to allow the 1 run. We go to the 6th, and it's still 1-0 Buccos. And this is the fatigue inning for Mitch Keller. And he'll be facing the number 9 hitter Rojas, and then Ohtani and Betts to follow. It's a 4-3, and that's a ballpark single check, 1-13. That's a base hit for Miguel Rojas. Leadoff single. And he's got a chance to get a lead. Needs a 7 to obtain the good lead. Does not get it. That's a 1. He might get picked off. His secondary lead's an 11. So 1-11, he gets back safely. 12 or higher, he's picked off. And he is picked off by Mitch Keller. That's the danger in trying for the lead. You might get picked off. And he just certainly did right there. And Dave Roberts not happy about it. All right, here's Shohei Ohtani with the bases clear now. 6-6, and that's a strikeout for Keller. Dot there, but he's not tired. And for Keller, that is the first strikeout of the game for Keller. Took him 6 innings to get it, but he got one. And here's Mookie Betts. 6-9. 6-9's an in-home run chance, 1-2. That is a 2. It's gone. Look at it again a little closer. 6-9, a 1-2 is a home run, and the Devil Die is a 2. So Mookie Betts just ties this ball game at 1 apiece Devil Die strikes once again. That's the first home run of the season for Mookie Betts. Took him 35 at bats to get his first home run. And he had 19 on the regular season. But we are now tied at 1. That's going to get Buehler off the hook. He is no longer on the hook for the loss. It's now up to Vesia and Keller. Those are the pitchers of record. And here is Freddie Freeman. 6-7, and that's a fly to center to end the inning. But the Dodgers have tied the score on the Mookie Betts home run, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. We are tied at 1 apiece here at PNC Park. So we will go to the bottom of the 6th, and Vesia back out. He only faced one batter, so he's going to come out and face Ke'Bryan Hayes, Connor Joe, and Joey Bart. 4-8, and that's a strikeout for Vesia. He struck out both batters he has faced. And here's Connor Joe. 4-4, and that's a strikeout. So he struck out all 3 he has faced. For Joey Bart, the catcher. Bart's hitting the 2 double plays in this game. 1-3. This is a split chance. 1-8's a single. That's a 5, so it'll be a single. If we were playing advanced, it would have been another strikeout. But super advanced, that's a single. For Joey Bart. 2-out single brings up Nick Gonzalez, and he homered his last time up for the only Pirates run. That was against Buehler. Now he gets to bat against the lefty Vesia. It's a 6-5 right-hander, and that's an in-home run chance against Vesia. 1-8, and that is an 8. The Devil Die shows up again, and he has normal power against lefties. So there you go. A 1-8, and that is an 8. So Gonzalez hits his second home run of the game. He's got 4 hits on the replay. All 4 have been home runs. That's kind of really an anomaly there. Gonzalez has done it again, a 2-run home run off of Vesia after he had struck out the first 3 batters he faces. Gonzalez cranks it. And in 21 at-bats, he's got 4 hits, and they're all home runs. Unbelievable. But the Pirates now regain the lead 3-1. Here's Michael Taylor. 1-5, and that's a 1-9 triple. That's a 7. That's a triple for Michael Taylor, a 2-out triple for Taylor. And Vesia struggling now. They're going to leave him in there to get the left-hander Cruz out if they can. Cruz is 0 for 3. It's a 5-5, and he does strike him out. So interesting outing for Vesia. He's going to go 1 1/3 innings. He's going to give up 3 hits and 2 runs. No walks, and he did strike out 4. But he's on the hook for the loss as it's now a 3-1 ball game in favor of the Pirates. As we go to the top of the 7th. And Mitch Keller back out. He'll be facing Teoscar Hernandez, Will Smith, and Max Muncy. 6-12, that's the injury chance on Keller. So we'll do the play first and then check for injury. 6-12 is a ground ball first base X. First base X is going to be Tellez. He's a 4E3. 4-10. Should get to that. 4-10 he does. And that's a 14 rather. And he is an E3. No, there's a 15 there, but no 14. So Tellez will get it. Flip to Keller covering, but as he covered first, Keller reaching back and grabbing the hammy. We'll see if he can stay in the game. So we go to our injury chance for Keller. 1-6, he'll be okay. 7 or higher is going to miss some time. That's 11, so he's going to miss a start. It's a 6 here, but really we do everything by third, so it's really 2 games. So he actually is not going to miss a start. He's going to miss the rest of this game, but he'll be back for his next start. That's it for Keller. He's going to have to leave the game as he comes up injured. He's going to go 6 in the third. Certainly can qualify for the win, no question about it. Let's see, he's given up 4 hits and a run, which was the home run from Mookie Betts. He walks just one. Will Smith, his only walk, and he struck out just one, and that was Ohtani. But he's going to qualify for the win, and now it's the Pirate bullpen, and they will get as much time as they need to warm up, and it will be right-hander Colin Holderman. He was 3-6 with a 3.16 ERA and no saves. So Colin Holderman, a right-hander, will be coming in for the Pirates, and he'll be facing Teoscar Hernandez. He has a +5 hold, so that doesn't bode well for holding runners either. But right now, that's not a factor with the bases empty. So we'll go to the bullpen and bring in Holderman and see how he's doing on the replay. Colin Holderman. Holderman on the replay is 1-0 with no saves, and he already has 0. He's pitched 7 innings pitched, no runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So he's done very well for himself. And here's Teoscar Hernandez. I'm sorry, that was Teoscar Hernandez's bat. Here comes Will Smith. Will Smith, the batter. 6-10. I got to check Holderman for injury now. But we'll do the play first. 6-10 is a ground ball third base X. We are looking at Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's an 8. He's a 1 and 8, so we know he's going to get to it. That's an 8, and that's a 14. Third baseman, E8, and a 14. Third baseman, E8, and it's a 15, but no 14, so he ekes that one out as well. And Ke'Bryan Hayes will throw out Will Smith. 2 down for Max Muncy, but we're checking Holderman now to see if he's subject to any sort of an injury. See how that plays out. That was a 6-10. So that would mean he would be an injury of 2 if he was a 6-10. He'd be a 2 on his roster sheet. On the roster sheet, it shows Holderman is a 3. No, that is a 10. That is an injury chance because he's a 3. That means he's a 6-10. And that's what we roll because 6-12 is a 1, 6-11 is a 2, and 6-10 is a 3. And right here, he's a 3. So he is subject to injury, is Holderman. So we'll check and see if he is going to be injured or not. Same thing. Roll the D20. That's a 2. He can stay in the game. So he's not going to be injured. He shook it off. 2 down for Max Muncy. Whoa, that got messed up. Let's try that again. 3-12 from Muncy, and that's a low max to second base, where it is snagged by Gonzalez, and the inning's over. So Holderman pitches a solid 2/3 of an inning. He'll come back for the second inning, as he only faced 2 batters this inning, so he certainly is able to come back for at least start the next inning anyway. So we go to the 7th inning stretch, and coming in for the Dodgers will be a new pitcher. It'll be Reynolds, a switch hitter, and then McCutchen, a righty, and Tellez, a lefty. So you can pretty much go any direction you want. You got switch right, left. So I think they're going to a right-hander at this point. Will the Dodgers see who needs the work and who is rested and whatnot. Looks like they're going to go to Joe Kelly, the right-hander. Right-hander Joe Kelly. Kelly 1-1 with a 4.78 ERA and no saves. So Joe Kelly on for the Dodgers. He's a -4, which makes him a -5 on the overall hold rating. And Kelly on the replay, 1-0 with no saves and a 2.45 ERA. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts. And Brian Reynolds is his first batter to face, Mr. Kelly. 5-6, and that is a solid double. So Brian Reynolds, his second double of the game as he greets Joe Kelly with a leadoff double. That's going to bring up Kutch, Andrew McCutcheon. After 2, chance for Balker pass ball. Chance for a pass ball, but Will Smith has a 0 pass ball rating. Look at Kelly. He's got a 20 wild pitch and a 20 ball. Here's McCutcheon, 4-6, and that's a single to right field. Right fielder Mookie Betts has a -3 arm, so with nobody out, Reynolds will hold. No sense getting somebody thrown out with nobody out. But runners are at the corners now. Nobody out, and here's Rowdy Tellez. Kelly has to face at least Tellez. Got to face 3 batters, 3-batter minimum. Infield for the Dodgers is in. They can't afford to give up any more runs. 3-10 for Rowdy Tellez is a ballpark single check. It's a 1-16. That's a base hit. And that will put the Pirates another run ahead. It's 4-1. RBI single. That'll move McCutcheon to second. And now if they want to remove Kelly, they could. Might try to get him to see if he can get Ke'Bryan Hayes out. To be realistic. You would think the bullpen is just now warming up. So 3-11 to Ke'Bryan Hayes, and that is a ground ball first base B. So they get a fielder's choice to get the runner at second on the fielder's choice. Going to third base is McCutcheon. So runners are at the corners for Connor Joe. And let's see if they want to do something here with Kelly. They really need a strikeout. He did strike out 35 guys in 32 innings. So they're going to leave him in there and hope they get a strikeout. The infield is in. They can't assume a double play here down by 3 runs. They have to get the lead dog. So the infield is in for Kelly. He's looking for the strikeout. 2-9, doesn't get it. In fact, Connor Joe on a 2-9 is a 1-6 home run. 11's a double. That's going to be a double for Connor Joe. That's going to be it for Kelly as well. Scoring is McCutcheon. Hayes runs at a 13, not being held as a 14. The double's assumed to go to center. And that's Pi has a -1, be a 1-13. But I think with nobody out, you're no sense in sending him. There's still nobody out. So that's going to do it for Kelly. He's out of here. He obviously did not have it. Faced 5 batters, got nobody out. So he pitches 0 innings. He's going to give up. I'm sorry, no, he did get he pitched he got a third of an inning. My bad. He did get a fielder's choice. So we won't disparage him, but so much. A third of an inning is what he pitched. And he's going to give up 4 hits, so far 2 runs. He is responsible for the 2 on base. No walks, no strikeouts. And the Dodgers will need a new pitcher. Another right-hander will be coming on. And it's going to be Ryan Brazier, right-hander. I believe he used to pitch for the Red Sox at one point. He's a +1, which means he's a -2. So Brazier is on. See if he can stem the tide. Infield will be in for Joey Bart. Let's get the numbers on Brazier. Brazier on the replay is 0-1 with a 2.70 ERA, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. So second and third, 1 out, infield is in. Joey Bart facing Ryan Brazier. 6-4 for Brazier, and that's a ground ball third base X. We're looking at Max Muncy. He's a 4.14. That could be a problem. 4 and a 10 might very well be a problem. We shall see. 4 and a 10 for the infielders. 4 and a 10 is a G3 pound, but with the infield in, that's going to get through for a single 2 stars, a 2-run single because the infield was in. But they had to be in at that point. They had no choice. But it's a 2-run single. And now we can close the book on Kelly. He's going to give up 4 runs. All 4 runs are charged to Kelly. 2-run single off the bat of Joey Bart. And the Pirates are turning this into a laugher as they now lead it by the score of 7-1. Here's Nick Gonzalez. He's homered twice. That's all he does is hit home runs. 2-9. This time he strikes out. That's out number 2. And that'll bring up Michael Taylor. Taylor did triple his last time up. It's a 4-7, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. But a 4-score Abraham Lincoln inning for the Pittsburgh Pirates, and they lead it 7-1. And Holderman will be back out for another inning. He only faced 2 batters in the previous inning, so he's got lots of juice left in him. And he'll be facing Andy Pages. 2-6 for Pages, struck him out. Pages out of there, 1 away for Gavin Lux. 2-8 for Lux, and he's going to fly to center. That's 2 away. This would be a much-needed win for the Pirates, even their record at 5-5 after a slow start. Would drop Dodgers 1 game back of Minnesota. Here's Rojas, 3-9, and he's going to fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Holderman is going to go 1 2/3 innings, give up nothing with the strikeout, and they'll pick somebody to mop up in the 9th, as there's obviously not a save situation. So Brazier, who only faced 3 batters, so he's going to come back out and pitch the 8th inning, save the rest of the bullpen. And it will be top of the order, O'Neal Cruz. That's a 2-9 for Cruz, and he's going to strike out. So Brazier gets the strikeout, 3 strikeouts in a row after giving up the single. But the horses are already out of the barn before the door got shut. Here's Brian Reynolds. Double twice, 1-5, and he's got a chance for another double. 3-20 is another double, and that's exactly what he's got. 3rd double of the game for Brian Reynolds. And that'll bring up McCutchen. 2-3 for McCutchen, and he is hit by the pitch. So I don't know if there was any intention behind that or not. Maybe frustration, but he was hit by the pitch. And that'll bring up Rowdy Tellez. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. Tellez is 3 for 4 in this game. 1-7, he will fly to center, and that's 2 away. Had there been 2 outs, that would have been a clutch hit, but it's only 1 out. Now there are 2 outs, and Key Brian Hayes is up. Hard to consider it clutch when it's 7-1 in the 8th inning, but by rule it's clutch. So by rule, he would lose 3 hits on the clutch in column 2. 2-3, and that's exactly what he's done. He has a single here, but it's anti-clutch. So despite the fact that it's 7-1, it's still considered clutch. So he will pop it up to short. I mean, you could always homebrew that, I suppose, but I'll go ahead and just live with it, I guess. So let's see, 2 hits allowed in an inning and 2/3 for Brazier, and giving up no runs. Hits a batter, doesn't walk anybody, strikes out 3. So we'll go to the 9th, and the Pirates will need a new pitcher to finish off the ball game. So we'll see who's got the most rest in their bullpen. Might very well be Aroldis Chapman. I don't think he's pitched in a while, but we will take a look and see. He's pitched 5 innings. That's okay, I guess. Let's see. He's been overworked big time. Who else do they have in the bullpen that they can go to? Hunter Stratton, maybe. What is his work line? No, actually, the guy who's got the most rest is Aroldis Chapman. So it's a non-save situation, but they're going to bring in Chapman anyway because he's got the most rest. So Aroldis Chapman in the 24 season with the Pirates, 5-5, 3.79 ERA and 14 saves. Aroldis Chapman. On the replay, Chapman is 0-0 with 3 saves, 3.60 ERA, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So the fact that this is now game 10, he's only pitched 5 innings up till now. He was the most rested player in their bullpen. So he'll come in and pitch the 9th. Obviously, of course, not a save situation. And he'll be facing Shohei Ohtani to start the 9th. Top of the order, Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. You look for the Dodgers. Ohtani is 0 for 3. 3-6, and that's a 1-11 double. So leadoff double for Ohtani off of Chapman, and there's start to the 9th. Here's Mookie Betts. He homered for the only run of the game for the Dodgers. That's a 2. Chance for a balk or a pass ball. And Chapman has a pretty high balk rating at 11. So we'll see if he does any balking here. Does not. So no balk. And no pass ball. I actually forgot to check whether it was a balk or a pass ball, but it really doesn't matter. 16, there's no balk there. No pass ball there. So here's the pitch to Betts. 2-3 against the lefty. That's ground ball to short, and that'll hold Ohtani. So 1 away. And that'll bring up Freddie Freeman. Teoscar Hernandez on deck. So here's Freeman against Chapman. That's a 4-8, and that's a walk by Chapman. Put runners at first and second, and that'll send up Teoscar Hernandez. .410 against a right-hander is going to be a catcher X. So the catcher in this case is Bart. He's a 3-7. 3-3. That's bad news there. Probably going to be some sort of a pass ball or a wild pitch. We'll see. 3-3. 3-3 is a W/G. So it looks like it's probably going to be a wild pitch, most likely. That's a 9, and he's an E7. There is no 9 there. But W/G, where are you? There you are. Runner uncorks a wild pitch. So there you go. So Chapman uncorks the wild pitch, moves runners to second and third. Hernandez at the plate, infield back. They lead by 6, so they're not worried about a run scoring. 6-10 for Chapman is a strikeout. I got to check Chapman and make sure that's not an injury chance for him. So Chapman, according to the roster sheet, Chapman's a 1, so 6-12 is the injury, not 6-10. So he does make the play there. And last chance is Will Smith, trying to get jiggy with it to keep this team in the game. It's a 3-7, and that's going to be a walk, and it will keep him in the game. It'll load the bases from lefty Max Muncy, but we'll get a pinch hitter from Muncy. They will pinch hit for Muncy. Dodgers will go to the bench for a right-handed hitter. And we'll see who that's going to be. Could be Chris Taylor. Could be Kike Hernandez. Could be Austin Barnes. Austin Barnes actually has the best average. So they're going to go with Austin Barnes, backup catcher. He will pinch hit for Muncy with the bases loaded. Austin Barnes, the backup catcher. So Barnes on the replay is hitting .231 in 13 at bats, no homers or runs driven in. Real season, he hit .264 with 1 home run. Not in there for power. They need hits to keep the inning going. Chapman has loaded the bases thanks to a double and 2 walks. So 4-8, and that's going to be another walk. It's going to force in a run. Makes it a 7-2 game. And now Bednar, the other closer for the Pirates, has started to toss, as the Pirates don't want this to get away from them. Now the tying runs on deck, so it is a save situation as we speak with Andy Pages, but they're going to see if Chapman can finish the deal. They really don't want to go to Bednar if they don't have to. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 3 walks in the inning for Chapman. 4-8, make it 4 walks. He's going to walk in another run, and that's going to be it. They can't go with Chapman any longer. Chapman just didn't have it. 4 walks in the inning. And now the tying run is at the plate in Gavin Lux. Even though he's left-handed, they're going to have to bring in another pitcher and take Chapman out. They can't afford to go with Chapman any longer. Lefty or righty be damned, they're going to their closer, David Bednar. They can't afford to go anywhere else. Can't afford to let this 7-1 lead slip away. He's 3-8 with 5.77 ERA and 23 saves. And he'll be facing Gavin Lux with the bases loaded. And now a 7-3 game. Lux is the tying run at the plate. So Chapman just didn't have it. And Bednar to the rescue. Bednar on the replay is 0-1 with no saves and a 9.64 ERA. He's been struggling. 5 innings pitched, 9 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. So he's been struggling, but he is their quote-unquote closer after Chapman, so they're going to stick with him. Bases are loaded. Chapman's going to go 2/3 of an inning, and he's going to get 1 strikeout, and he's going to walk 4. Giving up a double, and so far 2 runs, but all 3 of these runs are his responsibility. So Gavin Lux steps to the plate with Bednar delivering. 2-5, and that's going to be a ground ball second base C. That will end the inning and the ball game. Bednar faces 1 batter and gets the save. That was a 2-5, which was a ground ball second base C, so it's handled by Gonzalez. That will end the inning. So 2 runs come in for the Dodgers, but it wasn't enough. Pirates hold on for a 7-3 victory. And we'll go to the box score and get the final totals. As the Pirates improve to 5-5, they even their record at 5-5. Mitch Keller is going to get the win, and Keller will improve to 1-1 with that win. He will go to 1-1. The loss is going to be issued to Vesia, and Vesia is now 1-1 with that loss. Bednar will get his first save of the season. They had been using Chapman early on because that's the way they did in real life. Chapman was the save guy beginning until he got traded. Then Bednar took over. But Bednar gets the save here. For the Pirates, 7 runs, 15 hits, and no errors. For the Dodgers, 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. Pirates left 10 on base. Dodgers left 5. So game 49 is in the books, with the Pirates defeating the Dodgers by the score of 7-3. Player of the game, boy, you have to give it to Gonzalez. He had 2 home runs. He had the solo shot here and a 2-run shot here that gave him a 3-1 lead, which they never relinquished. So, or you could give it to Reynolds with the 3 doubles, but I'm kind of leaning towards Gonzalez with the 2 home runs. Of course, you could give it to Keller for keeping the Dodgers in check. 6 1/3, only 1 run. Take your pick there. So with this victory, by the Pirates. They improved to 5-5. We go to the league standings. And Minnesota leads it at 8-2. Dodgers are 7-3. Pirates now at 5-5 are 3 games back. And the final game of this, so that everybody gets 10 games played, will be the Cubs and Kansas City. That'll be game 50 from Kauffman Stadium. It'll be Jameson Taillon against Brady Singer. That will be the game tomorrow night, because my buddy that I usually go to the football games with on Friday is feeling ill and doesn't want to go out in the cold weather, and I don't blame him, and I don't want to catch whatever he might have. So I'm going to be staying in tomorrow night, so that means we'll have more Demolition League action for you on a Friday night. Of course, tomorrow morning will be a doubleheader, probably starting at about 8:30, maybe 8 o'clock if I feel up to it. And I want to start that early. It'll be a doubleheader in the 1987 replay. First game will be from Chicago. It'll be Boston Red Sox against the White Sox. Second game will be Texas at Kansas City. That'll be tomorrow. And then on Saturday, we'll do the National League game from 1987 for the May 30th date, and that will be Montreal at San Francisco, Floyd Yeomans against Mike Krukow. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you all enjoyed that presentation of the Demolition League. And Blaine, let me go in here to my email right now while I'm still in the stream and send you the score sheet. Make sure I get that your email came through and there is not any issue. Let's see what we got here. Did not come through. I don't have anything. I'll check my spam just to make sure it's not in the spam. But I don't have anything. Oh, it was in my spam. How did your email get in my spam? I don't know how that happened. But I do have it now. So let me I will attach the score sheet and send that to you. It's a 2-sided score sheet, PDF. So you can enjoy that. I know I have. It made a world of difference in my replay, that's for sure. Being able to have this kind of a score sheet. So Blaine, I just sent that. So hopefully you will get that in your inbox shortly. So hopefully you do. Like I said, I don't know why your original email went into my spam. AOL is kind of weird with what they call spam. So, but I got a thing saying that it was sent. So hopefully you have it, and you can print it off both sides, double-sided, and enjoy it. Very good. Glad you got it. And you can enjoy that. And since you got your Strat cards, you're ready to go now. And you can take advantage of that double-sidedness to really enjoy your gaming. So glad I was able to do that for you. Hope you all have a great evening, whatever you've got planned for the rest of your evening. It's just about bedtime for me. It's 10 o'clock. And not really. I usually go to bed around 11:30, maybe 11:30, something like that. I'm retired, yes, but I still pretty much keep the same sleep schedule I've always had. Just never got away from it. So, so that's basically it. Like I said, tomorrow night will be the Cubs and the Kansas City Royals in the Demolition League. But tomorrow morning will be a doubleheader in the 1987 American League. We'll finish off the May 30th schedule with those 2 games between Chicago and the Red Sox, and the Kansas City and Texas. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road. Have a good night, everybody.